What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Saturday morning. Uh, just wanted to make this video to respond to Richard in regards to the video I made on vegan booty. And here's the thing. I understand your concern as far as the what I've actually stated, and you think some of my statements were retarded. But, I want you to understand that I'm not saying this type of stuff to be an asshole. I'm saying this out of pure concern for you. In other words, I actually give a shit about you, Richard. Now, if you asked me that a year and a half ago, I would probably piss on your freaking grave. But now, because of weird circumstances, you are distant family of mine. I can't be that way. I can't call your wife a whore anymore or anything like that. So, like it or not, and I do miss the fact that I used to say all those things somewhat. It is what it is here. So, at this point position, I have to be a little more gracious as far as to what I say to you or Jasmine or anyone else here that would be a relative. I'm going to treat you, and I'm just going to let you know, I'm going to treat you like I treat any other of my relatives, my cousins, my brothers, and everything like that. So get used to it, okay? Now, listen here, all right? Vegan Booty went into a restaurant. And as you stated, if the owner has to tell you to leave, or any of the employees tell you to leave, you have to leave. You said it yourself. The waiters and waitresses told her numerous times to leave, and she didn't. The owner told her to leave, okay? Patrons told her to leave. She refused to leave. She had no intentions whatsoever to leave there, Richard, okay? She had no intentions whatsoever. Even when they were trying to take her out, she was just pulling away and saying, "Don't touch her." She broke the law, okay? Plain and simple. You go and say it's legal to walk into a business and everything like that. It's also legal to go walk out in traffic there. But you know what? You'll get hit by a car. Plain and simple. Vegan Booty got what she deserved because she failed to follow those particular rules in terms of protesting there. I still don't believe that you should go into anyone's establishment and cause a stink like that. No, it's just not a smart idea. Definitely not. She refused to leave. She wasn't planning to leave. She had no intention of leaving. She broke the law. And the guy that threw a cup of water on her got fed up with her behavior and did that out of sheer anger. It wasn't intentional. Well, it was intentional, but anyone can argue that she provoked it, okay? Regardless as to whether your beliefs are in place. Vegan Booty is one of those extreme people of that vegan movement. So are you. And I'm sure both of you are willing to die for the sake of animals. The problem is that the Great One doesn't want you dying there, Richard, and I don't want you getting freaking hurt. So it's kind of worrisome whenever you make these types of comments and everything. All right? Not just, and let's put aside the fact that, the protesting part, You're right there. I've not done too many protests there, ones that are where I'm walking along in a parade or so forth. I used to be one of the boys in blue, law enforcement. Did security work. I was what's called a porter, a doorman. I never considered myself a bouncer. Bouncer, in my opinion, was a dirty word there, I considered myself as security, but let's just say I was just a freaking bouncer, And I was more than capable of handling myself. I'm a pretty big guy. I mean, I've been trained, took classes. I know constitutional law. I do know judo a little bit, just enough to get things by what they teach in the academies and everything like that, you know. And one of the things, of course, they teach is how to take a taser. You know, you have to, if you're going to go through any type of law enforcement training, they're going to hit you with the taser, they're going to hit you with the nightstick, they're going to hit you with pressure points here, which pressure points is what I mainly use during all my jobs. And pressure points are awesome, you know, because they require little force and they make people comply quite quickly, you know. If you were coming into a restaurant and I was there and you were causing the disruption, I would be able to easily drag you away, no problem at all, and I wouldn't have to use that much force. I would simply use a pressure point and you would cry like a little bitch. I'm just keeping it real and telling it like it is, much like everybody else that I've actually have to dealt with, and I've dealt with hundreds of people, unfortunately, you know. So you are not as tough as you think you are. You have no practical training or real life experience as far as fighting or anything like that. And here's the thing: I'm not even a tough guy at all, and I absolutely hate fighting. You know, if I can avoid any type of conflict like that, that's perfectly fine. But you know, and some people may say, "Well, you're a big guy, Vince. You know, you've done all this security work, you've done the bouncing, you've been a detention officer, you know, you've had your life, you've had attempts on your life, and you went and handled business, you went and took care of things." Well, here's the thing, Richard. Nobody wins in a fight whatsoever. All right. You see, when I was a bouncer, or well, let's just say bouncer, so everyone can understand. When I was a bouncer, well, I was a tough guy and I was able to successfully get people out a lot of times because I'm trying to move people out. Usually, that person I was dragging out would get the first shot there because they were drunk and I would get hit in the face. And I'll tell you right now, getting hit in the face is not fun, okay? I may have got the person out, but usually, you know, and it didn't always happen, I would get hit in the face here, you know? Richard, I've had concussions. I've had my nose broken numerous times. You know, I've had black eyes. I've been shanked in a detention center. That hurts. You know, it's not like a paper cut. It's not the same as getting stabbed. I'm talking about shanked. I have a lot of bruises and injuries. I have sprained ankles. Uh, you know, everything. You know, and I've not broken any bones per se until recently, whenever my tendons and everything busted there. That was the first time I had a broken, any type of broken body part there, you know. But I've had a lot of injuries here, you know. And after time, when you take a lot of shots to the head there or so forth for, you know, doing my type of job or so forth, you get concussions here, you know. Doing security work, being in law enforcement is a very unforgiving job there, you know. And I hear you go and talk about, you know, I'm going to go and challenge this person to an MMA fight and everything like that. You have no clue as far as to how fights really are. You've obviously not been in many fights here, because after you've been in so many fights here, you begin to realize, well, I'm going to try to start avoiding them. If you had been in so many fights that I have been, you would probably think twice about talking tough and everything. And I'm not a tough guy. I'm a businessman. You know, and I did what I had to do because I needed to earn a paycheck, you know. I had to get my cheddar, you know what I'm saying? Like Kraft, you know. I had to get what I had to get, basically. I had to pay bills. And I was pretty good at it. And I'm glad I no longer have to do that, you know. So, I mean, here's the thing, Richard. Like I said, I'm very concerned as far as to your flippant attitude towards these types of things here. And it's contradictory because in some statements you say, well, like for example, when I told you you needed to smoke some weed and you need to drink a little bit, he's like, well, you know, if I did that, I wouldn't have a long lasting life. That is counterindicative as far as to what you actually do. You eat junk food, you challenge people to MMA fights, you've made threats, and most importantly, you ride a motorcycle. I mean, recently you made fun of that other guy getting killed on a motorcycle, and you're riding on a motorcycle, one of the most dangerous vehicles out there. You know, so the way you live your life is counterproductive as to your statements. They just don't make any sense here. Now, like I said before, I don't want nothing happening to you. I don't want nothing happening to your wife. And surprisingly enough, and you may not believe this, I don't want nothing bad happening to Vegan Booty. I'm glad that the only thing she got was a cup of water. And yes, she could have got shot. And she could have got thrown through a window. And that person would have been arrested for murder. But guess what? She would have been dead or seriously injured. And that's the end of the thing, you know? George Floyd is a martyr. There's a big mural pointed in his name, but he's still dead. And given the circumstances, I'm sure that he would choose being alive than to be given all these accolades after he's dead, you know? Because once you're dead, you know? Plain and simple, you don't come back from that. I mean, one thing, Richard, that you have to understand is you may be a vegan, but you're also a family person. You have a wife to take care of. You have animals, you know, Perismo and everything like that. And like I said, you have every right to protest, but, you know, I can't ask you to back down, but you got to do it the right way. You got to do it the smart way. You don't want to do it Vegan Booty's way. Because like you said before, you may know the rules, but sometimes the rules come back on you. Like I said, being a bouncer, you know, you're not supposed to fight in the clubs. Guess what? People fight in the clubs, you know. And when I'm escorting people out there, you know, in a perfect world, you know, they would just leave on their own. No, a lot of times they will fight with you and they will smack you in the face there, you know. And I've been smacked in my face a lot of times. You see my teeth? You know, just because I'm on video, I'm going to tell you right now, you know, this teeth here, this teeth, they've been chipped there from all the fights that I've been in. I got plenty of teeth in the back that have been chipped there, you know. I look like, I mean, they're pretty sharp there, you know. And I've had to have teeth put back in there too, you know. You know, I've walked out from work with half of my teeth hanging out there, and I couldn't eat for days here, you know. That's fighting there, pal. That is fighting. All right. I hate fighting there because I've been in so many fights here. Nobody wins a fight because, you know, even though you got the person down and they're bleeding and everything like that, you've taken a couple of shots here, you know. So I hope this video gets out to you, and please start playing my videos to the very end. Stop trying to just cut them off, because I'm trying to give you a message there, you know. Surprisingly enough here, I want you to live a very long life, longer than me. I would prefer me being long gone away, if that means because I'm an older person. I would rather you have a long life there with you and your wife and everything like that. But right now, you're not living right there. I'm just going to be honest with you. And you're taking the idea of going into fights not too seriously. You have a flippant attitude towards it. Sharpen up there, all right? And remember, the Great One does care about you. That's all I got to say on this video. Like and subscribe to the Vince Goodrum channel. Click the link below.